The difference between an ordinary person and an extraordinary one is in discipline, in the ability to surpass others. Developing discipline is challenging, requiring practice and the ability to trick one's own brain. This is due to the primitive human instinct to seek dopamine, a substance that provides pleasure. Our brain rewards us with pleasure by performing actions that are beneficial, such as eating when we are hungry, drinking when we are thirsty, and reproducing to pass on our genes. Dopamine, although it has driven human progress, presents a singular problem: it is addictive. As imperfect beings, we have our flaws, such as aging and mortality. Dopamine, in this case, is responsible for addictions, such as addiction to social networks, where we look for ways to generate dopamine quickly, seeking instant gratification. The contemporary world is full of stimuli that provide instant gratification, making it a problem. Many of these gratifications do not contribute to our real benefit, they simply provide pleasure. Our brain no longer generates dopamine when performing truly beneficial actions, focusing now exclusively on obtaining pleasure. After satisfying this need, we lose the incentive to perform actions that truly benefit us, especially those that require effort. This is the great challenge of today's society. People have forgotten the satisfaction that comes after achieving something through effort. Throughout life, it is likely that everyone has already experienced the frustration of starting something enthusiastically, such as exercising or starting a new project, and then, when the motivation disappears, the inability to continue. This shows a lack of discipline. Initially, you nurture the idea of having a fit and well-trained body, motivating yourself to attend the gym daily. In the first week, you stay committed, without missing a single day of training due to motivation. However, in the second week, a day arises when you feel tired and decide to postpone training until the next day, repeating the same pattern the next day. How can we solve this problem in a society that values instant gratification? How can we develop discipline to follow what we have set, even on days when motivation is lacking? We can draw valuable lessons from the life and philosophy of Miyamoto Musashi, although he was not a Stoic philosopher. Their experience can offer insights applicable to our lives, aimed at cultivating greater discipline. Musashi, a samurai born in Japan, had the goal of becoming the best swordsman in the country. To achieve this, he dedicated himself intensely, traveling and training with the best duelists of the time, facing more than 60 duels and never losing. In some cases, he faced several enemies simultaneously, learning to use a sword in each hand. In addition to his martial skills, Musashi was also a philosopher and author of the Book of the Five Rings, which captures his philosophy and the discipline-based path to becoming Japan's best warrior. His philosophy can be summarized in 4 main points. First, he defended the act of rejecting desire. Musashi avoided performing activities simply for the sake of immediate pleasure, believing that doing so would make him weak and undisciplined. By renouncing desire, that is, instant gratification, he believed that the only way for his brain to generate dopamine would be through effort and achievement. For example, when defeating an opponent in a duel or completing an intense sword training session, he tricked his brain into believing that effort was the only way to feel satisfaction. Thus, if Miyamoto Musashi wanted to experience satisfaction, the only alternative was to devote himself intensively to hard work. He understood that greatness demanded a price, and he was willing to pay it regardless of the difficulty. He believed that becoming the best swordsman would not be achieved by waking up late or skipping training sessions for lack of will. Miyamoto said that time is well spent when it is directed to a valuable purpose, and this feeling has no equal. Second, he advocated focusing on one thing at a time. Musashi believed that mastery in an art could open up countless possibilities, and he chose to master the art of the sword, constantly pushing its limits in a responsible manner. His ability opened up many opportunities throughout his life. Rather than trying to accomplish many things at once, he advocated focusing on mastering a skill before proceeding. Fragmented motivation often results in not completing any task. Establishing discipline is easier when we focus on one task at a time, turning it into a daily habit, and eventually move on to the next. Musashi encouraged never to abandon one's path. He recognized that lack of discipline often stems from impatience, as we seek quick results in the age of instant gratification. Musashi, like any human being with goals, faced moments of doubt. However, he stressed the importance of patience. When we start something new, it is crucial to be sure of commitment to the goal, be willing to make the necessary sacrifices, and maintain a clear focus. With patience, focus and a clear understanding of what one seeks, Musashi believed that sooner or later we would achieve what we set out to do. This is the formula for discipline. Finally, Miyamoto Musashi advocated living with honor, following the principles of Bushido, the way of the warrior. Bushido consists of a set of rules of conduct for samurai, consisting of 7 virtues: honor, respect, integrity, honesty, courage, compassion, and loyalty. Within these virtues, honor is considered the most crucial. In the context of Bushido, honor is understood as self-respect, manifested through honest, respectful, upright, courageous, compassionate, and loyal behavior. Acting with honor implies not resorting to cheating or shortcuts in life, avoiding choosing the easy way out. Those who respect themselves do not seek instant gratification and are capable of continuous effort. Self-respect involves recognizing one's own capabilities and persisting in working daily toward goals. By acting honorably, it becomes possible to cultivate discipline. We would like to know your opinion on the philosophy of Miyamoto Musashi. Leave your answer in the comments. It is important to recognize that we are not perfect, and when seeking discipline, it is inevitable to face failures. We must be realistic, understand that things may not unfold quickly as we wish, and be aware that we make mistakes along the way.